Hey Aquarius, we're going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on. Aquarius. All right. Okay, so you guys have the Nine of Wands. This is showing up for your energy. I feel like this card hasn't come out in kind of a long time. So I was about to call you Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. So Nine of Wands showing up. So there maybe is something that you are, you might be ready to take like one final push on something, okay, that kind of stuff, giving something like one more shot, that kind of stuff. But I also do understand a level of also maybe trying to keep something at bay. So let's see what's going on here. In your environment, you guys have the Six of Cups. So, all right, maybe there is well, there's either a situation that I wonder if it's just like keeps repeating in the sense that it's just like, yeah, I'm so like well versed on this, or I've experienced this thing, or this is like, I want to say like second nature. This is nostalgic, something like that. Okay, that's kind of what I feel. I just feel like there's something that you're just like, I've seen this before, or I recognize this, something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. I even wonder if there's, for some of you guys, maybe this has the energy of possibly, I almost want to say somebody trying to like reconnect with you, okay, that kind of thing, but you might be a little bit not sure about this, or trying to push through something else, okay, that kind of thing. Or feeling kind of like weary about something. So, all right, let's see what's up. You guys have the Four of Pentacles. This is showing up for the possible challenge here. I think that there's just something that you're holding on to, okay? Whether this is like a grudge for some of you guys. For some of you guys, that's really what is going on, okay? There's something here that maybe you're like I'm not going to go towards that thing, or I don't know, like a line of defense for something here, okay, that kind of thing. Again, I really do understand something about something repeating, or I don't know, somebody trying to return back to you, okay, something like that. Or there's, for some of you guys, this could even be like a memory or something from your childhood that maybe, again, you're trying to either like really push past, or you're keeping it at bay here. So I do feel like the challenge has something to do with like holding on to something, all right, like not releasing something, or there's, again, like holding on to a grudge, something about that. For some of you guys, maybe there's something here that you're not really wanting to share, okay, that kind of stuff. This Six of Cups in your environment, this could be indicating the energy of like, you know, sharing something, you know, that kind of stuff. So I almost want to say sharing like memories. For some of you guys, that might be what it is. And I wonder if a particular memory, kind of what we're saying, a particular memory or something here, you're kind of like attached to it. Again, having a hard time releasing it, and for one reason or another. So, all right. Okay, you guys have the King of... Oh my gosh, this is absurd. I literally can't even deal with what is going on. Okay, so I know that was a really strong reaction. Aquarius, I'm literally like, I don't understand what's going on. This King of Cups has been showing up for, I gotta go back and like literally see how many signs this has showed up for. It's wild. Okay, so King of Cups, this is showing up as what to avoid. Here's the thing. You either have I'm sorry, not as what to avoid. This is, okay, thank the Lord. It's showing up as your opportunity. Oh my God, Aquarius, you are the exception to the rule here, okay? This is not showing up for your what to avoid. It's showing up for your opportunity. Finally, you're the only person, so you are the only person who has this showing up for their opportunity. Everybody else is like, friggin' avoid this energy. So, okay, you guys have the opportunity to either be extremely compassionate about something, that kind of stuff, or you have an opportunity here to be like, you know what, screw it, I'm doing my own thing, that kind of stuff. Maybe even not being, maybe like being like, you know what, I'm not going to see your version of something, or I'm not going to, I don't know. That's what, yeah, we got to get more cards out here, because I'm like, you either have this opportunity here to like kind of maybe kind of be a little bit selfish, or doing something that's like, it's like, you know what, we can't really worry about how anybody else is feeling about this, that kind of thing. Or this is you guys like really, really, really digging into like some serious, like balanced type of energy, something like that. So let's see what's going on. I can't believe you guys have the King of Cups for showing up for what, for your opportunity. I mean, I literally cannot stress it enough. Every single sign has gotten that showing up for, an energy to avoid. So, all right, let's see what the heck's going on here. Aquarius. All right. Aquarius. Oh, you have the Four of Pentacles showing up twice here. All right, let's see what's going on. What's at the bottom? The Nine of Cups. All right, okay, yes. So, all right, let's see. You guys have number 32, Vesta Hearth. This is showing up for your current energy here. And this is what you have with the Nine of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, okay? So, yes, there is something here that I feel like your focus is on something that's like look at this card. There's like literally in the center of it, it's like a burning ball of fire. That's like pretty much what we're talking about, okay? There's something here that is like, you have this like inner fire, this inner passion, something regarding that, or that's what it is here, okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling. This could be you guys with this Nine of Wands being like, yep, I'm using this to kind of like really push forward on something, maybe being like really, really determined. Again, this could be like, okay, this is the last time I'm gonna freaking like try this thing, or I'm gonna push on this one more time, or something like that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like trying to get to the finish line of something, or trying to close something out, that kind of thing. But I feel like you're just in that energy of being like, dude, I've been broken down, I've been freaking like whatever the heck is going on, something about that. But it still feels like you are like you're using like your inner like passion or your inner fire to like kind of push you towards whatever this is, or to push you through something here. So you have the 10 of Pentacles. This is showing up in the previous energy. I do think this has something to do with like inheritance, or something to do with like your family legacy, something about that, okay? Definitely picking that up. You're either defending that, or there's something that you're like, I'm gonna again like give this one more shot. I'm gonna give this one more shot. Maybe reconnecting with family, or reconnecting with something here, okay? Something like that. So all right, let's see. So you guys have, yeah, there's definitely like a conflict of some sort here, right? Absolutely, or there has been, or, you know, but I feel like you're, you know, again, like pushing through that, all right? Whether you're pushing through this like for yourself, or you're pushing through it to kind of like resolve a conflict, I don't know, but there is an energy of being like, yep, we're giving this one more shot, that kind of stuff. So, all right, okay. So let's see. And I got to tell you, I also think, Aquarius, that there's something here that you're like, you know what, I'm not going to compromise on that. I'm not going to compromise on that. All right. That kind of stuff. And that's absolutely, you know, that's your choice. So, okay. All right, so in your environment, you have the Four of Pentacles, and then you have it with this Six of Cups here. I feel like in the past energy, there was maybe something about, again, somebody who maybe is not wanting to share something, or is holding on to something, a grudge, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. But I feel like currently there's like an exchange of some sort, or a return of something, okay? It feels like maybe, yeah, like exchange, I almost want to say like exchanging grief, or exchanging being like, you know what, I felt that way too, or you know what I'm saying? Something about that, okay? I also wonder if the way that maybe a particular person is holding back in some area, you might be like, that reminds me of something, and it might be like a trigger, or like a red flag, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that, okay? It might be showing up in your environment. All right, let's see. Or there's like a particular reason why somebody like held themselves back from like returning back to something, or revisiting something like that, okay? So, all right, let's see. It just feels like a memory that's like ingrained in you, or something like that. So, all right, for your challenge, you guys have the guide, inheritance, and correction. So yes, this is where I was getting that, well, 10 of Pentacles, that can indicate inheritance, but with this Oracle card showing up, like, to me, that's like, yeah, that's what we're talking about. So yes, you have it with the guide, inheritance, and correction. Again, this is for your challenge. You have it with the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands in the reverse for the past energy. So, all right, Queen of Wands reverse in the past. I feel like there is something here that maybe you felt like you didn't have enough, or there was something that maybe you were like, I'm not feeling so motivated by something. What I also will tell you here, I even wonder if you have felt in the past like, you know what, no one's ever my cheerleader, no one's ever like kind of supporting me, or no one's ever kind of like rooting for me, or cheering me on, or you know, something like that, okay? There might be something about that, and it might be that you're like, you know what, this is how it's always been, like this feels like it's always this way, or something like that, okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling. I also understand maybe even inheriting a pattern of being like, well, I want to go for this thing, but I'm not pushing myself for one reason or another, feeling like timid, or feeling like even embarrassed to bring something out in the open, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, okay? That's kind of what I'm understanding. I will also say there might have been like something that was like anger inducing, or something like that happened in the past, and I do feel like the challenge now is, again, like holding on to that for one reason or another, okay? Holding on to I really want to say like a grudge, you know what I'm saying? A grudge or something that just like hit you the wrong way, that kind of stuff. That's really what I feel like is the challenge here. So, I mean, it's like a lot of like fire, that kind of stuff. So, all right. You have the Queen of Cups and you have it with the Tower card actually, and this is showing up for part of this challenge. So Queen of Cups, that's definitely like, I'm seeing this as like very introspective, okay? I'm seeing this energy as really like, I want to say doing like either going in to do like self-healing, that kind of stuff, okay? This might even be the energy of checking in on your emotions, all right, and being like, well, how do I feel about this? You know, that kind of stuff. There might be something about being really compassionate with yourself during this time, that kind of stuff, because I do understand like a good amount of like anger or like, you know, something like that, okay, fueling whatever's going on here. So I think that maybe this Queen of Cups is either, I mean, I don't think that this is really like an intuitively based thing, okay? I'm not understanding that. Okay, if it is, there might have been like a intuition gone wrong, or I don't know, something about that, but I more so understand this as like, again, checking like the mood or checking like your mood, or doing something that is like nice for yourself, like catering to yourself or pouring love into yourself, that kind of stuff, okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling here. I also feel like there's maybe just something that it's like, you know what, even if there's like, it's like being true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Being true to yourself, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling. You have the Tower here, so I feel like whatever this is definitely giving you the opportunity to like have like a major switch up in something, maybe surprising something, or just having something like formatted or maybe reformatted, that kind of stuff. But I feel like this is like tearing something down, okay? Like literally tearing something down. For some of you guys, this is an actual building that I'm getting, like tearing down a building, but that can be like a metaphor for, you know, like tearing down, I don't know, something that like, that it's like, I'm not going to stand for this anymore. You know, that's kind of what I'm feeling. I mean, you have all this fire showing up for like your current energy. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of like fueling that fire through like maybe something creative or doing something maybe spiritual, even leaning into spirituality, that kind of stuff. And I feel like it's like either causing a realization, I want to say almost for somebody else. Okay. I don't think you're the one who's like, oh, now I have this realization. I feel like this is for somebody else who's like, okay, now I see this, or something like that. You know, you have the Page of Pentacles showing up for what to avoid here. So I wonder if this is like avoiding like sharing specific information, or if you're still in the energy of like, I want to hold on to this thing, then what to avoid is to giving it to somebody else, or to offering something to somebody else, that kind of stuff. I even wonder if there's a particular message that it's like you can intercept it, or you can like, or avoid thinking that a particular message like, I don't know. That's what I'm going to go with. That is like avoid. I almost want to say avoid making a mountain out of a molehill, or avoid releasing, like giving a physical item to somebody, or something like that, okay? Or releasing a particular message of some sort. I don't know, something like that. I almost want to say like, don't check the mail. I don't know what the heck that's about, but I don't know, something about that. So, all right. So this is kind of where it gets interesting here, Aquarius. So for your opportunity, you have the Vengeance, Overcoming Slights, and a Choice. So you have Vengeance showing up for your opportunity here. So a little bit interesting, especially since you are the only sign so far. I'm pretty sure the only sign that has gotten King of Cups showing up for your opportunity. So all right, Vengeance, Overcoming Slights, and a Choice. Okay, so I feel like your opportunity has to do with just that, okay? If this is something that you're like, you know, holding on to a grudge or whatever it is, that kind of stuff, like we were saying with this King of Cups, you have the choice to either like deal with that, or maybe even giving somebody a second chance or whatever it is, or just being like, nope, I'm going to push through this thing for my own personal reasons. That's what it is, okay? Maybe even putting up extremely strong boundaries, all right? Like extremely strong boundaries, that kind of stuff, all right? That's what I'm feeling. For some of you guys, if this is like the first time that you're putting up boundaries with a particular person, situation, that kind of stuff, maybe there's an energy of being like a little more gentle with it, that kind of stuff. But if this is like a friggin' perpetual thing, that's what I'm saying. At a certain point, it's like you need to stick up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to stick up for yourself. That could feel kind of weird, okay? Or feel like you're like being mean, but again, like you cannot forfeit your happiness, your mental health, your whatever the heck it is, because somebody keeps freaking like encroaching on your boundaries, or something keeps getting like repeated while you're maybe trying to like work through something personal or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's like you can, you know, certainly you have the opportunity to like make a particular choice in the sense of how you want to react to this or not react to it, that kind of stuff, or how you want to maybe even like turn like anger into like a different, you know, kind of fueling that into something, all right, that kind of stuff. I can also kind of see that showing up as an opportunity. So, all right, you guys have the Three of Cups, then you have it with the King of Cups here showing up for this opportunity. So I feel like in the past there was a sense of like I think something to celebrate, or there was something that was shared in a group, that kind of stuff, okay? That could have been something here. I think so. Sharing something in a group, that kind of stuff, maybe even overindulging. I wonder if there was maybe you heard about a particular like gossip, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's kind of what I'm feeling, okay? This King of Cups here in your okay, weird. I'm also getting somebody who's just having like a friggin' stomach ache, or somebody who they I don't know, like maybe a health issue of some sort, okay? That kind of thing. I don't really know. I'm not going to go much further into that, but I'm picking up that for like somebody, okay? That kind of stuff. So I'm not a doctor, but that to me sounds like kind of like a health related thing. So, but I will also say anger can like frickin' make your stomach hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Emotions, like they mess with your body. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. So, okay, so yes, I think that this King of Cups showing up for like your opportunity now, again, it's like the way that you want to react on something. Do you want to kind of like be a sounding board, or understand something with like extreme compassion, or are you at the point where you're like, no, I can't, like I've had enough, like I'm all done with this, that kind of stuff. Like you have this choice, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that one is better than the other because everyone's situation is personal, but again, I will say if you've been backed into a corner over and over, or that again somebody is like freaking stepping on your boundaries time and time again, that kind of stuff, like you have to take like power back, you know what I'm saying? And again, sometimes that it can feel weird, especially if you're maybe dealing with like family issues, you know, or having to like put up boundaries in a family situation. Super awkward. It's not exactly the funnest thing in the world, but you know, sometimes that's what we have to do, okay? Like you guys could be clearing out family karma. You could be clearing out generational stuff, that kind of stuff. It's hard work. It's not easy, but I do think that you're like, well, this is worth it. And it's like, I have that fire within me to do that. So, okay. So you have the Page of Swords and you have it with the Eight of Pentacles here. So I feel like there's something about maybe, let's see. I want to say maybe like formulating what you want to say, if you want to say anything, like prior to going into something, okay? That kind of stuff. I also want to say maybe like investigating all of your options, that kind of stuff. Maybe writing something down, maybe going back and forth with somebody who is like not, you know, stepping all over your boundaries, or you know, that kind of stuff, okay? I understand that as something. I also understand this as like fact checking, okay? There might be something as like to make sure that something is actually like the way that you're understanding it, that kind of stuff, okay? That could certainly be part of whatever this is. All right. I also think maybe this is even like the energy of focusing on something, having something just to kind of like maybe distract you, focus you on whatever the heck this is. You have the Eight of Pentacles, so here's what I'm understanding. I feel like you're just going to get better at whatever this is every single time you do it. So this Page of Swords, maybe this is a reminder, you know what I'm saying? A reminder to yourself, or a mantra, I even want to say, okay? A particular mantra, that kind of thing. And it might be like getting better every single time that you kind of do that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like this has to do with like practice. Like something about practicing something, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I'm feeling. And I'm telling you, like, I really can't stress it enough here. Like, I feel like, I do feel like saying, like, you're allowed to, I don't want to say you're allowed to be mean, but here's the thing. You're allowed to stick up for yourself. That's what I'm saying. You're allowed to stick up for yourself. I feel like it's probably super healthy to do that kind of thing. So, all right, you have the reverse Ten of Swords, and this is showing up as what to avoid. I would avoid, I want to say beating a dead horse, okay, that kind of stuff. I really hate that phrase, and I like use it all the time. But you know what I'm saying? Like avoid beating a dead horse. Again, if this is something that keeps kind of like coming back over and over and over again, it's like either accepting something or pushing through it, putting up boundaries, that kind of stuff, okay? I would say don't allow any like betrayal. Don't, you know, avoid betraying yourself. Avoid thinking that maybe something that you really want to go for, that kind of stuff, is done and over, that kind of situation, all right? I feel like there's an energy of like you being able to kind of like take these swords out of your own back, that kind of thing, okay? That's what I'm understanding, but I don't know. It's like this energy of like, avoid thinking this is final, avoid thinking that it's like over, because I think there's something you're still working through. And I also think you have this opportunity, like I said, to have like a particular choice in how you either work through something that you're like, dude, that was a friggin' betrayal, or I don't feel right about that, or whether you want to like do something different about that, you know, like put up serious boundaries, whatever it is. It's like the choice is kind of up to you there. All right. So that's what I have for you guys, Aquarius. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.